Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Today is, what is today? The 23rd day of December. 23rd day of December. This is the 64th episode of season 2 of the Be Your Own Hero show. Hero, there it is an acronym. It means helping everyone reach optimism. In other words, helping others helps you. It's a reciprocal action. I'm your host. I'm sekouwrites. I'm a professional creative and the creator of what we're now calling the Hero Ministry Movement. And that's my effort to uplift and inspire the unhoused community in several different ways. Quick disclaimer, I am not a personal trainer nor a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence. In the meantime, shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me this space, this opportunity, this platform to talk about my journey of becoming my own hero. Hope it's useful for you. If this show provides any value, please like, comment, share, make a donation, buy something from the Hero Store. All that information is underneath the show in the show notes. And check me out here Monday through Friday, 9:45 a.m. Eastern, 8:45 a.m. Central, 7:45 a.m. Mountain and West Coast. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Let's do the Hero Ministry Movement news first. So shout out to the heroes in the chat who are checking in. Shout out to everybody watching. I see there's an error message on my side. So a few of the streams are not working today. So hopefully you guys will be able to catch the replay later. In the meantime, let's talk about a couple things. So this is day 206 of my run streak. That means I've been running every single day, at least a mile a day for 206 days in a row, which is pretty incredible. And I did my run report. The run report is posted. Go check it out. But really, the run report was about the show today. So now I'm going to do the run report here. I'll make a comment here about the run report. So basically, it's inverse today. So this morning, I got up late because I was up late last night in the rabbit hole about this show, this episode that we're about to talk about in a few minutes. I was deep down rabbit hole. So I went to bed very late. I was in bed watching videos very late. Anyway, got up late, went right back into it. I was like, I can't believe what I just read. So it threw off my morning practice a little bit, but I was back in it this morning. Therefore, I didn't feel like running. Not because, well, I didn't feel 100%. Let's be honest. I didn't feel 100% this morning. But more, I wanted to keep researching what I'm about to talk about. I was so hyped about that, I started thinking, well, I'll just go running after the show. See, then I was like, no, don't do it, Sekou. Don't do it. Just get up and go. So I got up and went. I ran a shorter run than usual. Like, as you know, if you've been watching the show, I'm kind of in the space of doing a 5K every day. So today I ran 2.5 miles. And I can't believe I get to say that's only 2.5 miles, right? Because I remember when I was struggling to do one. And now I'm like, oh, I only did a short run, 2.5 miles. That's incredible to me. So there's that. So I did a short run to get back faster so that I could get back to preparing for the show. So I guess that's my run story. Like, you can always push past. You can always find an excuse not to do what it is that you said you're going to do, but you can always choose to push past. I could have continued to go down the rabbit hole and say, all right, I'm just going to run after the show. But I just knew that would be a dangerous, slippery slope. So anyway, that's my run report. If you watch the run report, it'll be about today's show. So I'm going to get to it quickly. You know what happens when I get excited? I start having monkey mind. So let me breathe through it so I can get to everything. Okay. So I have mentioned a Fit Fi challenge a couple times. Fitness and finance, putting those two things together. And no one has reached out to me or made a comment about it. Now, I know from past experience that you guys are a very vocal audience. The whole reason that we have a season 2 about spiritual abundance is because you guys keep putting in the chat, keep talking about money, keep talking about money, keep talking about money. So I know you guys are vocal. So that I'm thinking that you aren't so interested in that particular type of challenge. So let me know what type of challenge you are interested in, because I want to be of service. And January is coming up fast. I want to do something in the month of January to complement what Reverend Melissa is doing with her 30-day mental diet. Like she's got the mental part going, and I wanted to do something physical, but maybe we can combine the physical with something else. Anyway, just let me know what it is you're interested in. Just to recap what I said before, is I said that I could do a fitness finance challenge, fitness fit-fi, where I talk about money, obviously, and challenge you to do something physical every single day for 30 days. And then we meet once a week on Zoom to talk about your progress, both financially and in terms of fitness. So if that's of interest, let me know. If that's not of interest, let me know what you're interested in so we can figure that out pretty quickly before the end of the year, which is coming up fast. Okay, so moving on, let's do the morning Zen. So today's morning Zen, I've got two things for you. I got something from the Dalai Lama, as usual, and something from, well, so I'll tell you when I get there. So first of all, a couple people were asking about the book, the Dalai Lama book that I've been referencing. So here is the book. It is the Dalai Lama, The Path to Tranquility, a daily guide. There you go, right there. So this is one of those daily devotionals where there is a Dalai Lama saying for every day of the year. And some of them are longer than others, but most of them are pretty short and pretty impactful. So if you want to check that out, there you go, Dalai Lama, The Path to Tranquility. And there's a number of them, I believe, by the Dalai Lama, but that's just the one that I happen to be reading. Okay, so let me tell you what he said today. Today, this is kind of a long one, but stick with me. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but let me turn that down. Okay, if you go more deeply into your own spiritual practice, emphasizing wisdom and compassion, you will encounter the suffering of other sentient beings again and again. And you will have the capacity to acknowledge it, to respond to it, and feel deep compassion rather than apathy. So I'm going to read it again. If you go more deeply into your own spiritual practice, emphasizing wisdom and compassion, you will encounter the suffering of other sentient beings again and again. And you will have the capacity to acknowledge it, respond to it, and feel deep compassion rather than apathy. I feel like this really speaks to me because for those of you who have known me for a while, you know that I wasn't doing anything like what I'm doing now before. I was always, for many years now, has it been almost a decade? Yeah, it's been almost a decade that I've been doing jewelry. I've been making jewelry. And from the very beginning, I was giving 10% of my gross proceeds to different charities. So I've been in the space of giving of money for a while, but I hadn't been in the space of giving time, of giving in person. And that has shifted for me dramatically over the past, has it been a couple of years now? Yeah, I guess so, at least a year. So anyway, yeah, I have a much greater understanding of what the Dalai Lama is saying here. Like the more you get past yourself and connect with others, then you begin to really see, I'll use that word again, you begin to see the unhoused specifically for me. I begin to see the unhoused. And I mentioned this before, but now I often recognize the unhoused. Those gentlemen that approached me the other day that I recognized as someone I had helped before. So anyway, it definitely expands your level of compassion to seek compassion. Like once you're able to really get in touch with your own compassion, you can really get in touch with service to others. That's what I'm trying to say. Like service to others opens you up in a different kind of way. Yes, you got to do the internal work, you got to do the morning practice, but actually getting out there and interacting with folks opens you up in a different kind of way than just sending money, which is something that I did for a long time and didn't have nearly the same effect. All right. So that's the Dalai Lama today. And my other quote is from Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie is the person that basically dictated the book Think and Grow Rich. I think we're all familiar with that book. Think and Grow Rich, fantastic book. It was first published in 1937 and is still a bestseller today. It is an amazing book. It was written by Napoleon Hill, but it was dictated to Napoleon Hill by Andrew Carnegie. So it was Andrew Carnegie's idea to help the world by creating a philosophy of human achievement. And he hired Napoleon Hill to create the book from his own teachings. So that's just a little bit about who Andrew Carnegie is and who Napoleon Hill is. You should definitely, if you don't have Think and Grow Rich, you should definitely get that book. There have been many iterations of it. It's everywhere. You can get it for, I think, less than $1. And some versions of it are less than $1 because, again, it was published in 1937. So the copy, it's in public. It is in the public domain now. So the prices are low. Anyway, here's the quote from Andrew Carnegie. And remember, if the book came out in 1937, like Andrew Carnegie passed away in 1919. So he was talking about this in the early 1900s. Early 1900s. Just a reminder. This is what he said. We are ruled by habits. All of us. Our habits are fastened upon us by repetition of thought and experience. Therefore, we can control our earthly destinies only to the extent that we control our thoughts. We can control our destinies only to the extent that we can control our thoughts. He said that in the early 1900s. That's the same philosophy as, so many things. The 30-day mental diet, so many things boil down to you must control your thoughts. You cannot take your thoughts for granted. I just want to emphasize that because we so seldom challenge our thoughts. We accept our thoughts as gospel. We've got to challenge our thoughts. We do. We've got to challenge our thoughts and learn how to control our thoughts. Because I said this, I think yesterday, and I'll say it again. You can't just go to church on Sunday and get a good word, or get up every morning and get a good word on SIP and think that that's enough. What really determines your life is how you think about things, how you react to things, your mindset in between getting a good word, in between getting a morning sip with Rev Melissa. It's the interspaces in between there that determine the trajectory of your life. All right, that was way longer than I intended to talk about morning Zen. So let's get back to the lecture at hand because there is some stuff I want to get to. So we're coming up on 10 o'clock. So just to reset the room, this is season 2 of the Be Your Own Hero show. Season 2 is essentially about spiritual abundance, the idea of abundance in every way, including financially, and how to create that for yourself. So those of you who are just tuning in at 10 o'clock, we now start at 9:45 a.m. Eastern time. So tune in a little bit earlier. And if you missed anything, you can watch the replay on the New Thought Media Network Facebook page, YouTube page, on my Facebook page, on my YouTube page. And you can always catch me live at 9:45 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. So just to reset the room, there we go. And now let's do our affirmation and a couple of reminders. So, wrong thing. Sorry. There we go. I am so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. I am so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. All right. So, let me just check the comments before I move on to the next section. Oh, hey, Ron. Ron's got coffee for us too. Linda's listening on Facebook. Shout out to Lovejoy. Yes, Ron, it is the law of circulation. Okay. So, yes, and like our breath, thoughts are always with us. Our breath is always with us. Our thoughts are always with us. We can control both if we exercise the muscle of controlling both. That's going to get me off into Wim Hof, who I just discovered, and his power of breathing. So let me stay focused because there's a lot I want to get to. Okay, so moving back over to abundance, finances, money. So we've been talking about some very interesting things over the past week or so. So, couple reminders. First one is poor people spend, the middle class saves, but the wealthy invest. I'm just going to keep saying that just as a reminder. You got to invest. It is not optional. I know it's probably been presented to you as optional, as it was for me. It's not optional. It's necessary to retain the value of your money. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to go off on a tangent. It's not optional. Okay. The average millionaire has at least 7 different streams of income. The average millionaire has at least 7 different streams of income. In other words, do not rely solely on your wages, on your salary. That's one stream of income, and it is the most heavily taxed stream of income. Expand your portfolio of streams of income, like not just investments, but streams of income. All right, again, I'm not going to go off on a tangent about that because you know I got a lot to say about streams of income. Moving on. The average millionaire also has used high income skills to get there, to kick off what has become their millionaire journey. And that is new information for me. If you've been watching the show, you saw a couple of days ago, I got really excited about this concept of high income skills. And it is a game changer for me. I hope it's a game changer for you, but it's been a game changer for me. And then talking about high income skills took us to the wealth triangle, which again was a brand new concept for me. I played a video yesterday of what the wealth triangle is, and I talked a bit about the person who invented the wealth triangle, and a multimillionaire by the name of Dan Locke. So again, that was really interesting. If you missed yesterday's show, check that one out. I felt really good about the information that was provided in that episode. Okay. So that said, I've been talking about a few of the specific high income skills. And mind you, I should say this again, it is not a fixed list. It is not a fixed list. High income skills can be anything that can generate revenue at a higher rate of return, to the tune of about $10,000 per month or $100,000 per year, without having to get a college degree and working part-time hours. Basically getting 6 figures for part-time time. Like, you get a lot of money, a lot of bang for your buck. You get a lot of bang for your buck for your time. You get paid quite a bit of money. So it can be anything. So I hope you've been doing this. As you Google high income skills, you will see that there are many, many different high income skills, and they will remind you of things that you've done. First of all, some of the things on the list will be things that you've done. Like, these are not complicated skills. That's what's so fascinating to me. They're not complicated skills. In my case, I said this yesterday, I'm up to about 10 different skills on my list of high income skills, and they're all things that I've already done. Sometimes I've charged a little bit of money. Sometimes I've done them for free, but they're all things that I've already done. So that is what's really exciting to me. That said, I want to tell, it's not even really a story. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday about this. And actually, I only told him about high income skills in response to him feeling pinched financially. He was talking to me about feeling pinched financially. And I was like, have you seen my show this week? And he said he hadn't. So I told him about high income skills, and he lit up like a Christmas tree. And I was trying to figure out why I'm so excited, why he's so excited. And I think the answer is hope. Just hope. You know, like we've been talking about abundance and finance now for 64 episodes of season 2 of this show. And mindset is very powerful, but it's a bit elusive. You have to work really hard on mindset. In other words, responding to the same stimulus cues in a different way. That's essentially my definition of mindset. It's hard work, and it's a little ephemeral. But high income skills is much more tangible, at least to me, especially because these skills are not complicated. We're not talking about like an accounting degree, right? We're talking about skills that you can acquire by doing continuing education classes, taking classes online. But in most cases, there will be something on this list of high income skills that you've already done. And so the sense of hope is magnified because, at least for me, it's like, okay, I can just double down on something I already know how to do, laser focus on it, and be able to scale up my income rapidly and then be able to invest more actively in all the things that we've been talking about here: stock market, cryptocurrency, etc. Okay, so again, that didn't sound like a tangent to you, but it is a bit of a tangent to me because I'm trying to get to something. So I think I'm just gonna have to skip to it. So in my efforts to research more specific high income skills to talk about today, I was researching consulting because I feel like that is, again, something that any of us can do. Any of us, if you're an adult, you have accumulated a body of knowledge about many things. Which of those things is most exciting to you? Which of those things can you talk about? My friend calls it bump your gums. Which of those things can you bump your gums about all night without getting tired? Like, you can be a consultant for that thing and guarantee there's somebody out there that wants your knowledge and information and will be willing to pay you for it. So far, I've mentioned two high income skills. One high income skill and one revenue stream that I think all of us should have. So the revenue stream is royalties. We should all create a book. Like, obviously, I'm an author. I have several, but I need to create some more. It is simply a revenue stream. There's no reason why you can't have a book available, and you never know who might buy it, and that's another revenue stream. And it can be a small trickle, but if something happens to your wages, you can simply pivot and put all your energy into the book that you've already created to get you more revenue, right? Consulting, all of us can do that. Like, yes, there are some steps to become a consultant, but wrap your mind around the idea that the information that you already have in your head is something that someone will be willing to pay for. High income skill can generate $10,000 a month, can generate $100,000 a year from anywhere in the world without having a job. Just saying. I was researching this last night, and that led me to an unexpected place. It led me, how do I want to do this? It led me to a video that I thought was about consulting. Turned out it was not about consulting. Okay. This thing had me yelling in the car. I was yelling at my phone in the car. And I know sometimes I could exaggerate a little bit. I'm not exaggerating. I was yelling in the car at my phone last night about this because I was just so vexed. Okay, so when I worked in corporate America, I actively participated in the 401k, the mutual fund, all the things they offer, all the financial tools that they offer. I participated in them. Well, here's the thing. I was watching this video last night, and the guy kept making this throwaway comment about how people invest in governmental devices. And I was like, I wonder what he means by investing in governmental devices. I'm thinking like treasury bonds, right? Did you know that 401ks and IRAs were created by the government? That blew my mind. I did not know that. I'm thinking of 401ks and IRAs as investment tools that were created by investment companies. Like, we're familiar now with the S&P 500. That's the Standard & Poor's 500. S&P is an abbreviation for Standard & Poor's. It's an investment company. They create tools that you can use to invest. Like, their most famous tool is the S&P 500. That's 500 of America's biggest companies that you can invest in at the same time. But it's an investment company. It's not the government. Oh, my alarm's going off. Oh, all right. I gotta wrap this up. My alarm's still going off. I don't know why it's still going off. Sorry. I can't get it to stop. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. Hopefully you can't hear it. Okay, so I can hear it, but hopefully you can't. Okay, so IRAs and the 401ks are created by the government. You can Google it. You don't have to take my word for it. Google it. They were created by the government. So already that's enough right there for me, because you're already paying taxes. You're already paying 30 to 40% of your earned income to the government. But now you're paying again You're paying the government again through your IRA, through your 401k. So let me make it more tangible. So the government creates this tool for you to invest in, right? And they say you can get the money out when you're 59, right, or so. Well, here's the thing. It's not tax exempt, it's tax deferred. Like you're not paying tax now, but you're going to pay tax when you get it out when you're 59. When you get your money out when you're 59, or if you take your money out in advance, either way, you're going to take the tax hit when you take your money out. Well, you have no idea, unless you're Nostradamus, you have no idea what the tax rate is going to be when you're 59. Like you literally have no idea, right? You can't know what the tax rate will be when you're 59. But guess who controls the tax rate? The government. Like that's a bit tricky, right? So they control the tax rate. So they control how much money you get back. Like that's a little challenging for me. And I remember when I participated in it, I was like, something doesn't feel quite right about this. What bothered me about it at the time was, why do I have to pay a fee to get the money out? Like, why do I have to pay 10% to get the money out? I didn't really get that. And I already can tell I'm gonna have to talk about this over multiple days. So let me pick the final point that I want to make about this for today, because I'm going to keep talking about it. Final point I want to make about this for today is people are drawn to IRAs and 401ks because of the free money, the company matching, right? Okay, but here's the deal. This is what I just found out. So they'll give you 3% company matching. But in my case, I closed my IRA. I took it out and I took a 10% hit. So they'll give you 3% because if you take the money out, they're going to charge you 10. So they still made 7, right? They'll give you the 3% so that they can get the 7. If like me, you take the money out and they charge 10%. So it's like giving $1 to get 5. You know, that's not the right math, but you get my point. It's like a carrot. They give you a little something so they can get more. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So I think I'm gonna have to break this out into 3 different parts. I'm gonna keep talking about high income skills and how accessible they are. I gotta keep talking about the IRAs and the 401ks because that just boggled my mind. I'm so blown away by what I discovered there. And obviously I'm gonna keep talking about just generally where to put the money when you have the money, the stock market, cryptocurrency, all that. But for now, we got to rock out with this, with the 401ks, the IRA, and high income skills. Because I'm telling you, the fact that these IRAs and 401ks were created by the government, not investment companies. All right. I'm going to have to start earlier tomorrow talking about this so that I can get more in, because I feel like I haven't said enough about what I wanted to say. But it's time for prayer time. So stay tuned for prayer time. Stay tuned for Sit with Rev Melissa at 10:30. I'll be popping in to say something on that show because I produce it. And come back tomorrow where I'll start talking earlier about 401ks and IRAs. All right. Keep doing. Be a hero. Be your own financial hero. Invest early, invest often, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later.